Beautiful Miss Mom here. We are going to talk today about one of my favorite things to talk about, and that is contouring, highlighting, setting, and well, highlighting again. Before you apply any foundation, no matter if it is liquid, powder, wax-based, you want to use a primer. I personally use a water-based primer based upon the wax-based foundation that I use. Now we need some foundation. Foundation has been applied. Now we're going to go forward into what I like as my highlighter. Now when you hear the word highlighter, you might think all that shine. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa! Yeah, we're not doing that. We are literally going to brighten up this face today with some concealer. This is the point where we are getting rid of those tired of mom eyes and making us feel a little bit back to life. Depending on what concealer you use, it doesn't matter, liquid-based, wax-based. I personally am going to use my damp sponge here and grab a concealer. Now, depending on your shade, you want to use a shade that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. If you are wanting to go a little bit more glam, you might be able to go a little bit lighter. But for an everyday look, 1 to 2 shades is about all you need. So we're going to go in with our concealer, and this is how I apply. So first you want to just go straight down under that eye and go down beside the nose. Guys, I see a lot of people do this, getting rid of those tired mom eyes. What happens, guys? You see the bags. We don't want those bags. So we are going to go down beside the nose, and then we are going to branch off with a triangle. Now if you have a liquid base, where I am using a wax base, if you have a liquid base, you could probably just draw 3 lines and then buff that out with a buffing brush. The concealer that I'm using does apply a little bit different, but not too far different than what you are used to. So we're just taking this and blending that in. Now we got this going on, but y'all, we need to even this out. We cannot leave this here, okay? We cannot leave this here, because what this is causing is a draw of attention to this part of your face, and it's taking away the rest of it. So we want to even this out. Now this is what I would suggest for people who are using a liquid-based foundation, to just get enough concealer to where like you do like a little cross on your forehead, a straight line down the nose, a line on your lip, and then another cross on the chin. And that's going to give you enough product to be able to blend this out. Take your damp sponge and then just blend that in. Let's move on to step 3, setting. Now depending on what your goal is for the day, you might just want to just quickly set, or we might want to bake. So let me talk about the differences. A set is just going to be quickly going over your face with either a translucent powder that's pressed, or even just a nice soft loose powder that you just quickly dust over the face. If you are wanting to make sure your concealer is not going to budge throughout the day for a normal day, this is what we do. We're going to take a loose powder. Now I personally use Airspun. We are going to take a brush here, and this is for an everyday. So we are wanting to make sure our makeup doesn't budge. This is for liquid foundation. This is for your wax-based foundation. Whatever foundation you're using, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take this on your concealer, and we're just going to pat it right under the eye. And that is pretty much all you're going to need, and then maybe just brush a little bit of powder throughout the face when you are done, okay? However, if you are wanting a more glam look, we are going to do baking. Who doesn't love to bake? I love a good cherry pie. But seriously, we're not talking about food today. We are going to do a damp sponge again. Now, this might sound a little scary. Damp and powder doesn't sound like it should go together, but I assure you, and you're gonna love it. So we're gonna take our damp sponge and we are going to pack this powder, this loose powder on, and we are going to cover those areas that we did the concealer. The exact same area that we did with those long triangles, we are now going to hit with some powder. And pack it on, guys. Pack it on. The more, the better. So why is this called baking? When I first heard this, I'm like, oh my word, this truly makes a ton of sense. They described how the body creates this, you know, a temperature of a 98.6 degrees. And then you are trapping the makeup that you have applied above your skin with the powder. Literally trapping it there and cooking it with your temperature, with your body temperature, to set your foundation. Literally cooking the foundation, literally baking it. So that is why we have applied it here. It's going to cook that concealer. It's going to cook under there to really set it and make it completely budge-proof throughout the day. Now, other places that you might bake might be on the chin. It tends to be one of the places that is very common for your makeup to rub off. While we are baking, I want to show you a quick little tip on what I do with my contours. So I personally love to contour with a powder. I use an eyeshadow. We are going to take a brush. I have a Lancome blush brush. It's a blush contour brush. I've had this for ages and it still works phenomenally. And I use a color called A Corkable through Lime Life by Alcone. We are going to take the Lancome brush and we are just going to tap it and we are going to contour. So first thing for me is my high forehead, guys. I like to just get that right there. We're going to lower that down. Now, here's the part where a lot of people get nervous about, or they're just not sure about. Contouring is all about face shape. It's all about slimming down the face. It's about hiding the spots that we don't like, such as my high forehead. If you have a square face, you might angle in the edges. However, we're going to keep this simple today and do the more common place to contour that pretty much everybody contours at. And that is going to be right under that cheekbone. It helps to make the face slim down and just look gorgeous. A lot of people, they will do this curve under their cheeks. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not so fond of the curve. This is just me. This is my personal preference. Some people I know do the curve to enhance maybe their heritage. I know a lady who actually does that because it brings out her Native American cheekbone. I think that is absolutely amazing. So I'm not going to tell you not to do this, but for me, I found that doing a straight line appears much more slimming on me. So we're going to pretend that there is a line going from the top of the ear to the side of our lip, and we're going to stop right there at the beginning of our eye. So as you can see, I'm going to blend that in. And as you can see, I didn't curve, I just kept it pretty straight. Going right to that temple area. Again, stopping there. All right, now since we were baking, I did this on purpose, guys. I want to show you a quick little tip that I personally like to do. And that is, I like to, after I have done my contour, I will do my damp blender, take again my Airspun, and we're just going to go right up underneath, doing a straight line. Now this is going to create a more edgy effect. It's going to be a little bit more bold, a little bit more for the look today. I personally like to do this in between while I'm baking because I like to let it sit for a period of time. So I just kind of do it all at the same time. All right, so we've already lit this. We've let this sit for a while, so we're gonna brush this off while we wait for that bottom to set now. Might want to contour, say, down the side of the nose while we're waiting here. And when you do the contour down the nose, you just literally go right down the side to just give a more slimmer effect. And I'm just barely dusting that on just to give it a nice shade, and then I dust it with a loose brush to blend in. You can also take your eyeshadow or bronzer or whatever you use, concealer. You can also go under the jawline to buff that out. And it's going to give you a more defined jawline by contouring there. You can also go underneath like a double chin. And everything is just going to really blend really nicely and give you a nice effect. So I feel like this has sat long enough. We're going to, again, take a loose or a large brush. I'm just going to dip it real quick in some powder before we do this, and then just dust off. There is a more edge to the bottom of that contour. We did not do it to the top, but just the bottom to give a little bit more defined look. If you need to blend anything out, you can just loosely go over with the brush and move on. Any place that you do not have powder, you can go over now with a translucent powder of your liking. All right, moving on. So I feel like we've covered a lot of what I wanted to talk about today. There is one more thing that I do want to talk about. Before we get to that point, I want to talk about blush. Now, this was not part of my topic, but we're going to need it to get to my next topic. I am going to take one of my favorite blushes. It is blush number 3 through Limelight by Alcone. And I'm going to take my Lancome blush brush and just take a little bit, and we're going to dust it on and right above that contour that we have done, but not all the way to the temple as far as we did the contour. Now, I like blush, but I do not like too much. So a little bit of pink goes a long way. You will see in makeup charts where it will tell you to do the blush right at the apple of the cheeks. There is nothing wrong with that. However, I just personally like the way this looks better. So we're going to highlight next. I am somebody who loves a little shine. I do have some gold on my eye today, so I think we're going to go with that. And I personally love to use Gold School right here. It is a really pretty shimmer from a Bare Metals collection. And we are going to take, again, just the blush brush that I've been using. And we're going to smile. This is where might be a little different than the normal makeup charts would say. They would normally say to highlight right above the contour, kind of where we put our blush, and put the blush on the apple of the cheeks. We're going to go and be a little bit of a rebel today, and we're going to put our highlight on the apple of our cheeks. So we're going to smile, and we're going to dust that on. And what I like to do when I'm done, we're then going to just kind of stroke it upward above that blush. But I really like to focus on those spots, because what is nice is now that I'm talking to you straight face to face, you can see that shine. You don't have to like angle your face to see it. You can see it from a straight across selfie. It just looks really cute. And we can take some highlights now, and we can go right down the nose. And guys, you cannot get enough highlight. Well, you could, but who doesn't like some shine? Like I said, we're going to do it right at the lip. And you can even do, guys, a little bit above the brow area, just to add something. And even on the chin. Now, this is the highlight that y'all are probably used to. So let's finish this look off real quick with some lipstick. Yay! Okay, I had to go back. I had to finish my hair. Ugh, it was a wreck. And I actually went back and just did my eyeliner and my mascara really quick just to kind of finish the overall look. I hope y'all enjoyed my video. I'll talk to you later. God bless everyone.